Hello. Hello, Africa. Doesn't this sound like the United States of Africa or something like that? My name is, as mentioned, Berihun Tafarra. I represent the African Community Center in Las Vegas. And my statement may not be as inspirational as the great speeches that came before me. That's for sure, because being the last speaker, one has to admit that there is this disadvantage. Anyways, I'm going to read something for you. I would like to thank Congo Justice for inviting me to speak about the role Africans in the diaspora can and must play to promote peace building in the Democratic Republic of the Congo in particular and in Africa in general. The horrible crimes perpetrated against the people of the DRC are shared by many people across the continent. The alarming magnitude of these crimes committed against the people of the DRC, the geopolitical and economic potential and significance of the country, as well as the underreporting of the tragedy by the major international media outlets, justifies a special emphasis on advocating for peace in this giant country situated at the heart of Africa. I appreciate Congo Justice, who is doing just this. No African country can enjoy true peace and development while the DRC is sunken in the depths of bloody conflict. This is why Africans, including the African diaspora, must be united in this mission and work toward its achievement in each in their own way. A peaceful and prosperous Congo will serve as a solid bastion for building peace in Africa. Therefore, the struggle for Congo peace becomes the struggle for peace in the entire Africa, in this sense. The unity of Africans that we so often speak about is not and should not be understood to include those who live in Africa alone. Politics and economics have become more globalized than ever, and so is the struggle for peace and conflict resolution. Africans in the diaspora must be a strong element of this movement. Since 1983, I would like to mention that the Ethiopian Community Development Council, which is my national office, has been engaged in assisting African refugees to resettle and integrate into their new communities in the United States. Alongside its resettlement efforts, and services, the ECDC has also been on the forefront of advocating for African refugees. ECDC established a network of African community-based organizations across the United States, with whom it works hand in hand in the area of refugee resettlement and advocacy for the rights of African refugees. Even though it's hard to come by a realistic statistics about the number of African diaspora living in the United States, one thing is certain. Africans represent one of America's fastest growing communities. With the growth of the African communities in the United States, we have experienced the proliferation of community-based organizations catering for services needed by them. One of them is the ECDC African Community Center in Las Vegas, which was established in 2003 and has since successfully resettled about 760 African refugees, constituting 42% of all refugees resettled by the office during this period. As a major resettlement agency in the area, having 8 years of resettlement experience in assisting immigrants in the Las Vegas area, my office seeks to network with African organizations in the area so that together we can work toward the education of Africans to empower themselves through civic participation and learning how to resolve their common problems. This, I believe, could have a positive contribution in the process of finding bigger solutions for bigger problems back in Africa. I believe among Africans there is a need for increasing awareness of what is going on in their respective countries and the continent to be able to contribute toward peace and the prevention of human rights violations and war crimes. In this respect, the African diaspora has a great role to play. The number of African immigrants living and working in Las Vegas has been growing steadily. However, the community-based organizations serving this population have not been strong enough to offer quality services for lack of resources. Further, there is need to strengthen the partnership and collaboration among them in order to fill up the resource gap that is prevalent among these nascent organizations. Such organizations need to educate their members about the power of a community that is fully aware of its rights and capable of effectively exercising those rights. The African Community Center intends to play its part in strengthening the local network of African community organizations. In this regard, the African Community Center proposes to all African community-based organizations to organize in an institutionalized manner an Africa Day event every year that would serve both as an outreach and fundraiser event. Africans in the diaspora can be a great force in bringing about peace in Africa, provided they are capable of effectively networking, building alliances, uniting among themselves, advocating about their common concerns among the communities they live in, as well as with their politicians. Together, they can tell the underreported or untold African stories and ask their representatives to ensure our government's renewed commitment to providing humanitarian aid and strong advocacy for immediate peace in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, as well as other troubled African regions. This, I believe, is how Africans living in the United States can play the role of becoming an effective voice for those Africans who are voiceless. Peace for the people of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Happy holidays. Thank you very much.